this we brought this guy home. It was like Brother Ryan, and we had a meal with him. And he asked me a question. He was like, "What you gonna do for the rest of the day?" And I was like, "Oh, just some cleaning." And he was like, "Oh, I thought your brother was doing the dishes on Sunday, but you're gonna help him out, all right? More hands get the job done quicker." And like, I wasn't really being honest, because like I didn't really plan on doing these dishes, and like I didn't even clean my dishes. I usually clean my dishes, but I didn't even clean my dishes this time. It's because I was just like not honest. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm just gonna record some videos. I have this YouTube channel. Anyway, what's the biggest thing that you're struggling with right now? Oh, oh, so your wife died, and you don't think that you don't think that anyone can replace her. Oh, I feel that, bro, because I bet she was like a really caring wife. And I totally feel that. You don't think anyone can replace her? Oh, but I want to teach you like how like you could attract any wife that you want. Like through my channel, I teach like coaching men on how to be confident and how to attract like any woman, bro. And like I guarantee you, if you let me coach you through the process, you could find yourself the best wife and the best replacement for your wife who passed away. So like as y'all can tell, I could have been like a much better conversationalist, but because I'm so closed and like I have this big filter on like what I can say, and because of this, I'm I'm not real with people. Like I literally said that I was gonna be cleaning the house. And that's not being real, cause I don't like cleaning. Bro, I was reading this book. It was *Sapiens: A Brief History of Humankind* by Yuval Noah Harari, and like it was talking about like what it says is evolution did not endow humans with the ability to play football. True, it produced legs for kicking, elbows for fouling, and mouths for cursing. But all that this enables us to do is perhaps practice penalty kicks by ourselves. And so like this got me thinking about like how like evolution was like evolution like enabled us to be like what we can be, but it doesn't with the endow us with like what we can be. It just gives us enables us like in this example where evolution gave us like legs to kick. So now we have the ability to play football. But that doesn't mean that it gives us like the knowledge of like how to be a good football player. And like I totally felt that because like I got so many goals in life, bro. I'm trying to become this millionaire and like I have the ability to become a millionaire, but like I'm just not motivated and I just don't have the drive. And like no amount of evolution is gonna give me like this motivation that I need to become a millionaire. Bro, I was reading this book a little bit more and it was talking about like our genes don't give us the ability to like be great at something isn't in our genes, but through like a set of ideas about something makes us great and it's not given to us in our genes. So like in football, if you like know the rules really well and your team knows all the rules really well, then you could be really good at football. So like this chapter is also about like teamwork, you know. It's through like everyone knowing the same rules and knowing what rules to follow that they're gonna win the game. And it's also this knowledge that the opposing team lives by the same rules that you do. And so if you know that they follow the same rules that you do, then they'll be able to like know what limitations that the opposing team has. And if they know that, then they can like play based on this knowledge that the opposing team can't do any of these cheat shots and stuff like that. Bro, I was reading this book and it was talking about how like societies need to like exchange information on like how the law works, or no one's gonna understand what the law is. And like it was teaching about how like human societies are a lot more complicated than animal societies because like animals act based on like their genetic coding, you know, or instinct, and like humans act based on like emotions. And so like basically what I learned is that humans need to communicate what they want for societies to live in harmony with each other and work together. Bro, my mind is being blown by this book, bro. was talking about like the human brain is not a good storage device for empire-sized databases. And like it gives three reasons. First, our brains are limited. So like our brains are limited in what we can remember. Secondly, we die and the information that is stored in our brain dies with it. And like passing on like information to like the next generation. That is not an effective way to like pass on like all your memories and all your thoughts. Just telling it to someone isn't a good way to pass on the information. And the third reason is we've only been adapted to store and process only particular types of information. So, for example, it gives the example of the ancient hunter-gatherers who had to like remember specific things like shapes, qualities, and behavior patterns of thousands of plant and animal species. And like because of this, that's why the hunter-gatherers died out, because they had to remember like all these things that their brains weren't even capable of remembering. Like remembering that the wrinkled yellow mushroom growing in autumn under an elm tree is most probably poisonous. So basically, we should be grateful because, like, back in the ancient hunter-gatherer days, their their brain's capacity was very limited, and their ability to communicate was limited, so they couldn't pass down like essential information to the next generation. And also, their brain could only store and process particular types of information. And like evolution has enabled our brains to be capable of so much more. And so we should be grateful for like what our ancestors had to go through to like evolve us into the people that we are today. Bro, this book is blowing my mind every second, bro. So we learn about like how after the agricultural revolution, like trade became like a really big thing, but like the limitations in storing information on like prices and taxes and stuff like that, the human brain was so limited that the system was like really simple, and the trade system was really simple and kept within like small amounts of people. But like because these agricultural people, they're the Sumerians between 35,000 and 30,000 BC. They invented a way to like store information outside of their brains, to store like so they can like recall like larger amounts of information, and it's like writing it down, because like people learn to like write information it says that oh, this opened the way for the appearance of cities, kingdoms, and empires. So, like, this really emphasizes, like, the importance of storing information. And, like, we're so lucky that we have the internet, bro, because, like, they say that whatever's on the internet never goes away. And, like, we're also, like, lucky that we get to, like right now, on video, I'm, like, recording information. And recording this information makes it easier for me to recall the information at a later time. And so, like, how lucky are we, boys? We're so blessed to be in this age where data processing and data storage is so convenient. So, boys, what we learned can, like, pave the way for our future, bro. If we can learn, like, the best techniques for, like, attracting women, or, like, the best techniques for starting a business, and then we have, like, this massive data collection, this massive accumulate this massive database, and, like, this massive community of people who, like, have the same goals and the same information and live by the same rules as us. Then we're gonna get that high quality partner, that high quality wife or husband, or we're gonna start, like, the best business, because, like, we built, like, this database that was teaching us, like, the best ways, to get the best wife, or start the profitable business. And we communicate these rules, or communicate this information to other people, to, like, build this community of like-minded people by storing and transferring this data to other people. We could be the best at everything if we're effectively store and transfer and preserve the best ways of doing things. And that's basically